Hello everybody, my name is Russ of Toasty and welcome back to Satisfactory. In this episode, the main goal, as I said in the end of the last episode, is going to be moving all of our production from downstairs, out there where our hub and the space elevator are. We're going to move all of that with the iron and the copper and the limestone. It's all going over there, off in that corner. Roughly, like, not fully in the corner, because that's where our hub and the space elevator are going. They're going in the corner. But all the production is going to go, like, almost in the corner, if you know what I mean. I wonder how far I can zoom in. Not enough to, like, actually see where the corners are. Decoupled camera. Oh. Whoa! Whoa, I can fly! I fully just did not pay any attention to the... Oh. I can only go so far, though. Okay. That's fair. This is cool. Point is, we're moving it over there. There's some new stuff, obviously. We're in 1.1 now. Some fancy new things. I think this is new. Actually, I think that's it. Now, things I've done. I have significantly changed our piping. So it used to be that, like, these 6 pipes just go straight down and then, like, go underneath and fill everything up. I've changed it. Now, each individual package thing has a pipe of its own that goes to like 3 fuel generators, because I figured that was a primary part of the issue with the fuel not pumping properly, was that the pipes were full. And like these 2 at the front were having troubles putting these things in the packagers, because the packagers were having trouble putting fuel in the pipes, which is why these ones at the front were backing up so much. These are now deprecated. I haven't gotten rid of them yet, but they're useless now. So this is what the top up here looks like now. We've got all these pipes going across and all these pipes going across. Now this hasn't really helped. It's better. It's definitely better. It's still not great, but it is better. I also still don't know why this right full, maybe it's a quarter. This quarter of the thing all the way on the right is just like completely useless for some reason. I don't know. Weird. It's not even like it's out to this distance. It's in here. I have put together these bridges, beams with all the pipes going through them, and like the pillars to keep them up. I think it's pretty neat. And then these big giant pillars too for this section with all of this crap, because there's a lot. Some of them have the individual casing and some of them don't. They've just got like these big things underneath to hold them all up. It's a lot. I intended to change the way that the water is piped in, but then I decided that I actually don't really want to do that, so I didn't. I'm still a little confused as to why it's slow, because these don't really have any downtime, but just occasionally we're just missing. You know, it might be, maybe it's this one is slow every now and then. Doesn't look like it, but it's possible because it is so low that just occasionally it's slow. This one too, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, it's whatever, it's fine. We've still got like 40,000 megawatts now, so I don't think it's a huge deal. I did also put in a lot of the floor. Definitely not all of the floor. There's still some bits missing, but a lot of it. Also, I don't know if I'm going to, but I feel like I could put a train station under here if I ever need to transport anything from this area or to this area. Just because like going under all these columns and the pipes overhead, I think it would be really cool to have a train station there. Just thoughts. Things that are happening in my brain. Moving on. As I said we would do about 20 seconds ago. We're gonna be off in this corner doing a bunch of iron, copper, hopefully limestone production, and I think we're gonna get that steel up to snuff too, because there's some of that I want improved. Specifically the lack of eldritch beings inhabiting my factories at the moment. The quantum science magic that we discovered a long time ago and said, oh, I can put this in my steel factory, and then never put it in my steel factory. Why is this? I feel like this car should be faster. I'm upset that this car is not faster. Right, so this corner is gonna be where we put our like actual base stuff, like the hub, the space elevator, those things. They're gonna go in this corner. The production actually might not even be in this corner, because I don't know if there's any materials out here. There's limestone out here, coal out there that we're using, apparently. Yeah, there's iron down here. Pure node, actually. This one is a pure node, but I don't like that. I want this one to be better, because like a certain amount needs to be coming out of that one, but I have to put some in this one because that one can't do it. I forget how much it was. I feel like it was like 300 or something, and the Mark III pipes couldn't do it, and that's why I needed another one. I would like to use both of them because we have a lot that we need to do with the iron. Let's see if I can fix the issue that's going on down here first. Oh, well, it's actually not taking anything. Did I already fix it? Yeah, because this is at 480 now. Well, okay. I guess I already fixed it, and that's not something we have to worry about. I think I also need to check the shop for new stuff. Because if I can put like an elevator in there so I can get up much faster and easier, that would be pretty cool. Let's see here. Ooh, conveyor wall hole and conveyor throughput monitors. I don't know if I need that actually. Conveyor wall hole is nice. Don't need the billboards. Basic shelf unit. I'm interested in what that does, but I don't think I'll get it immediately. I have all of the finishes, none of the patterns. Double ramp set. I don't think I need that yet. Personnel elevator. Oh my, 10 tickets? Okay. Beam expansion pack. I see. And structural cable. Okay, I will take that. Looks very cool. Ventilation, just for greebling, frankly. Okay, so that's 1, 3, 3, 10, 4, 4, 8, 25. I need 25 tickets. Can I build a sink? And can I look at my 48 coupons? Replace the shop. Buy my things. Purchase all.
Due to Pioneer request and several reported issues with staircases, there is now a more efficient solution.
A more efficient solution.
The Fix-It personnel elevator ensures optimal safety by putting a Pioneer in a box controlled by a rudimentary AI, specialized in soothing a straining mind. Exposure to a Fix-It personnel elevator is recommended to be a minimum of 2 minutes per day for optimal gain.
2 minutes? 2 minutes per day. Okay, so we are going to put an elevator in here, except, inside a bit, like here, and then I'll probably... I can't see... Oh. Anything. That would help. Would that take silica? Oh, bruh. And actually... modular frames. Of course it takes modular frames. Okay, we're gonna have to hold off on the elevator for just a little bit, but the idea is it's gonna go up in these sections where there's like right there, and then you can see out during the little gaps, and that's it. Okay, we're gonna need a maintenance ladder though for the moment. So materials are gonna come up probably on this side back here. And how much can I make from that miner? We have a miner Mark II, which is 120 on a normal node, so 240 on pure node. And right now our fastest belt is 480, so we just double that with the things. And we have just one? No, we have two. That one and this one, which is open still. And both of those are pure. So that's 480 each, 960? 960 iron per minute. Which is great, because I think that's more than we have over there. Now this one isn't going to be hyper efficient. I know you can use like refineries and a slurry whatever, but we're not doing that. We're just going to use the basic smelters. How many smelters do you need for 960 iron per? Gosh, that's actually going to be a lot, isn't it? 32. It's not great. Let's move those out a bit. Let's start here, I suppose. Just on a whim. We're going to have a building with, I think, building sections. So this section is going to be like the smelter section. We do 8 across here. Copy this on the other side, just split it right over. Probably not here, unless I wanted to have it come up onto a second layer, which I guess we could do. Have the ones in the back go into combining, and then in the front, they'll come up to the second layer. Okay, that works. So both of these rows, this is 16. They're both gonna have one coming up here or coming from there, feeding the whole line, and then coming back this way. I do believe that's how I wanna do it. And then we need to figure out what we actually wanna do with all the iron. We're gonna split off from the belts of 480 per minute into probably halves and quarters of that for the actual numbers. I know iron plates is going to need more than the rods because we're going to use the plates to make reinforced plates, which are also going to get used to make the cubes finally, which we might want a small excess of so that we can send some of those to be making the fancy cubes, the big expensive cubes. Let's see here. I've been recording for 30 minutes and ain't got shit done. Here we go. So both of these are going to be 480 per minute, and I guess they would just come out of a hole in the wall. How do hole in the wall? That? Cool. And this goes up there, I guess. And then they come out of there. Very nice. And this one, I don't know if it's going to have another hole in the wall or if they're just going to come up under here. With the amount of space we have here, I think there's going to have to be another hole in the wall. And then it'll just split down that line. But let's not worry about that right now. So let's see here. Modular frame, 12 iron rods. I know there's other ways to make it, but I don't have that yet. So the reinforced plates and the iron rods. I've completely forgotten how this works. Let's say 2 modular frames per minute, 12 iron rods, which is 12 iron ingots, and 3 reinforced iron plates, which is like 23-ish iron plates, which is 26, 8-ish iron ingots, plus 60 screws, which is 15 iron ingots again. It's kind of hard to do this in those kind of numbers. You need like 15s or something. Most of these are going to get turned into plates because the plates are used for most of it. Like, we don't need that many rods. We probably only need 30 per minute for our actual use. And then like 60, 80-ish per minute for the frames of the rods. So we can say 120 rods per minute, which just means we split one of those twice. 1/8 of our total input goes to the rods. Do I need the rest of that for anything else, or can I just turn all of it into plates and then turn each kind of plate into its own thing and just go from there? Oh, we need the rotors too. What's the rotors? We don't need to be producing the smart plating, so we can ignore that for now and just do it later when we need the modular engines. So really, we just have the rotors, the frames, and then the more basic iron stuff. This is only screws and rods, and it's only 45 rods per minute for 4 rotors per minute. And I think I use the rotors less than I use the other stuff. And I don't have to worry about the other iron things, like the motors and all that, because that's all being done all the way over there. So that's not something I even want to think about worrying about. So 120 rods per minute for basic, plus I guess another 50. Oh no, that's just another weird number. I can do another 60, which is just another half of the same tiny part. So I'm definitely gonna need like a room for the logistics splitting, which just kind of sucks, but I guess it's fine. So we're gonna have 1/8, which is 1/4 of that bottom one, I guess, and then another split from there, 1/8 and a 1/16. 3/16 is what we make into our rods. And then all of the rest of it turns into plates, right? And then from there, some of the rods and some of the plates go to their own storages, and then some of the plates go to reinforced plates, and some of those reinforced plates go to the modular frames. Some of the rods go to the modular frames. Screws. Oh, this sucks. I hate math. I hate math. Let's just get this part going first. This is gonna split into 2. Then it's gonna split again, but only into another 2. So this is half. This is 1/4. But then we need another. You need a combiner. And then another splitter. So this one goes into here. Half of it goes into here. The other half goes here, which also comes from here. And then this goes with that to be all of our plates stuff, I guess. 480, 240, 120, 120, 60, 180. And then that's the rest of it. So 300, I guess, plus 480, 780. Oh, that could go on a single belt if we had the Mark V ones, which we don't, because that's aluminum. And we're actually, I think we might not be hardly anywhere close to aluminum right now because of how much catch up I need to do. Let's see, for 180 iron ingots per minute, that is 15 in a constructor per minute, which would be 10 if it was 150, but it's 12 because it's 180, I think. I think it's 100. I think it's 12. Where do I want to do that? Probably in another building section, quote unquote. Let's just say we put that here. How close can a constructor get to this building? And will I then have room to make this not very big? Yes, because it can definitely combine onto this line here, which is great. Although with these things sticking out, I actually want to move it forward by just a bit. Never mind. I can actually just do that. It's going to be 4 foundations wide, and then however many foundations long as we need it to be. To get 12 in here, it's going to be 6 to a side. And we're just going to manifold it because I don't feel like making it fancy. And then they'll probably... You know what might be interesting? I was thinking I could have this go out on the other side and continue that way, but it might actually be interesting to have it go like mainly this way and have this be like a centralized bus of like the belts and the stuff and all that going everywhere, which means for one, I'm actually going to turn this around to go this way instead. And then this can go out on top of that. And then these can come out and go like down this side right here. And then I guess have that one go up and above right there and then down. I don't know, we'll work on that. But I think it would be pretty neat to have like the sections be on this, like the sides, and then have like this central area for the moving of parts and materials. I think that could be pretty neat. And then right at the end is where we'll have all the storage. And it looks bland right now with just the steel walls, basic steel walls, but I will try to make it look a bit nicer than that once we actually get to the designing phase. All right, now next thing, I think I want my section for the plates to be over here. So let's make a little bit of separation and then actually stagger this just a bit. So this is where the corner is gonna be. And what do we need for the plates? Because we have 300, it was 780, right? 780, and I believe it's divided by 30. 26? Let me make sure that that is correct. Yes, you make 20 per minute, but it takes 30 per minute. It's not one-to-one like the rods are. So we need 26 constructors, which can actually just be the same as that one. 13 per side, but 2 sections, or 2 sides, I guess. I think, I don't know, I feel like it might need to be staggered just a little more. Or I guess, I wonder if I could split it on 2 different sides. Huh. Ooh, hold on. If I do this, can I put one of these on there? I guess it has to be full size. I guess I can do the frame foundations? Yeah, that looks fine enough. But you can't put it on the frame foundation. You have to put a different foundation under it first, of course. I can actually move that in just a little too. So this is gonna get us 13 with one at the end. So now with these all under here, the constructors are supported, but I can get these splitters to go underneath and send a belt down here, and then have a conveyor lift like that, which is well within our space right here. Should be on this side too, same story. So it'll split from here, it'll go in at the bottom from there, and then go to all the places. And I think what I'll do, actually, is I will try to get a, what's the word? Whatever the ones where you split them and then recombine them to make it an even flow. I think I'll do that, but still vertical. And then on the other side over here, I will flip this so it's going in at the top and coming out at the bottom, and then it'll just, you know, come back into line. I think that would be pretty cool. So let me just get that set up real quick. So this one actually had to be 1 foundation further over, which means I moved that one foundation further over. So now there is a little bit extra space right there. But I have completed the 2 sections for the plates, totaling 26 constructors. And I've made this thing, this cool little section here for the things. It looks like a highway almost, where it kind of has a wide curve and then that one going sneaking through it. This is the rods coming in, so the 180 per minute rods that we have that's going to split off to wherever it needs to go, I guess. And then this is the total 780, but actually split even 360 each because I have a splitter right here, or a balancer, where the 480 from here goes in, splits in two, and half goes to the bottom, half goes to the top, and same thing on the bottom. The 300, half goes to the top, half goes to the bottom. So it balances it out evenly between the two, which is why I wasn't too stressed about taking everything off the one belt, because I can just balance it to be even. Now we have to figure out what the amounts are going to be, because that is 360 plates, and that is also 360 plates. Wait, no, it's not. It's less than that. It's 2/3 of that, isn't it? It's 240 times 2. So it's actually only 480, which hypothetically means we could combine them. I don't think I'm going to do that, because I still need to split them a bit, but it is easier than I thought it was, so that's good, because it's 360 in and 240 out. We have 480, my apologies, iron plates coming through here, and then 180 iron rods. So the next step is to split that up again into, like, that's gotta be, some of it has to be screws, some of that has to be not screws. These are near end product though. This needs another middleman, and then it has to go to the end product ones, which is the rotors and the plates and the frames. How much of this needs to get turned into the reinforced plates? Because that might actually change how many rods we need, which would suck, but you know, it happens. Takes the screws. The screws I think we had accounted for, but the rotors also take screws. But I think we also accounted for that, didn't we? Because we were just gonna do the 4 rotors per minute. So 45 iron rods goes to rotors, just pure rotor production. And that kind of sucks because 45 is really easy to split off from there, but then the specific amounts that we need is not, because it's 20 and 25. But then we also need screws for other things. What even can we... I feel like this is probably a bad split. 180 rods to 480 plates. Because we need the screws and the rods for everything, don't we? We're gonna end up with a lot of plates left over and almost none of anything else. I think I miscalculated the number of rods we need, which would mean I have to change all this. Although that shouldn't really be that hard because this is a parallel system, which means if I just take the stuff off the end, it's pretty much exactly the same. Actually, I think it's fine. 10 of these modular frames takes 60 rods just to begin with, plus all of the screws from here for 3 of these to make this 15 to meet the 5 of the modular frames. So it's 45 plus 60, which is 105. And after the 45 out from the rotors, we'll have 20 left from the 180 just for our use, I think. So I guess this is probably fine. The issue we're gonna have is how to split it off. Like, I can split 45 off of here and just send it to a single thing. I don't know if I want to have the screws all in one place then, because it would be easier just to do it where it's needed. Honestly, yeah, I think I'll just do that. So let's see. If we do one section for the rotors, we can just put that right here, starting in this corner, and it's just gonna be the rods coming in. We can split it in here and then send it back out. So this is the 180 coming in. It's gonna split in a weird way, but this here is gonna be 45, because 90, 90, 45, 45 combines the rest of it, 135. And then this is gonna have to split in a slightly strange way, because we're gonna get 15 from all 3 of these. So we need on one side to be 20, and on the other to be 25. So we're gonna split this middle one into 5, 5, and 5, which means that you need to combine with 2 on this side, and with this one to get 15, 5, and 5, and that'll make 25, obviously. Then this one just goes and combines right here, and then it's gonna go straight out. This one, no, that can't turn, never mind. I was gonna say this one I might turn. Oh yes, I can, hold on. And that means that I can put it into a couple of constructors. It'll just go around and in there, and then over here we'll have our assembler, and this is where the rods are gonna go, because we're gonna have 20 rods per minute going this way, and then 25 going this way to get turned into screws, and then going that way to get turned into rotors, and then leaving the building. Let's see though, how many constructors do I need for that? It is 40 per minute, which is annoying, and in which case, I might actually try to keep this from being the way it is. So this is 15, this is 5, and this is 5. So if I split this one and then combine with 2 of them, then we get perfect numbers, because we need a 10 and a 10 and a 5. So now let's say I just put a constructor. Can I put it there? I can actually probably put it here. Yes, I can. And then just 2 more. This one is gonna be, oh, I have cast screws. I could have just taken the iron ingots and turned them straight into screws. That's fine, I guess. No, that probably would have been a little annoying, because then I would have had to do a bunch of weird splitting up there and have like 2 different belts going here. So this is fine. This is going to do regular screws at half speed. These 2 are going to do regular screws at full speed, because they should hypothetically, mathematically, both have 10 iron rods per minute, I think. Yeah. That makes enough sense to me. So then those are all going to combine like right there. And here is where we're going to have our assembler. That's what it's called. I'm missing rotors, which is delicious. And also it's not going to fit here, really. I mean, it kind of will if I do that. Maybe 1 more. But I need rotors still. Lovely. This, I feel like, is correct. If I do that, yes, that does have space to get out, which is perfect. Anybody want to explain this to me? Why does it want to go over there? Oh, because it's trying to just go to that point, but then right there it realizes, wait, it's facing the opposite direction, so it has to very quickly turn around. It looks terrible. Curve looks terrible. Default looks terrible. Okay. Oh, right. I don't know if I showed this to you. Hold on. I feel like it wasn't in the video, but it's like a 2-hour video, so I'm not gonna look. I really hope they fix this car, because like, for 1, it should definitely go faster than it does. For 2, the gearing is so weird and like in a bad way. It feels like the first gear is simply not enough to get it to speed. Like, it's really high power, but the gear ratio is so low, so it only just barely has enough push to get you to 2nd gear, and then it feels like there's only 3 gears. Okay, here it is. Look at this. Somehow it let me do this, and by let me do this, I mean did this on purpose when I told it to do this. Instead of going straight in here, which is entirely possible, by the way, it could have done that. It chose instead to make a lightning bolt, I guess. So now my rubber is coming out of here and going, whoa, getting whiplash, and then going immediately into a box. I really don't know why it did that. That's all. I just wanted to show you that because it's funny. Anyway, yeah, look at this. Like, if I'm going 0 speed and I try to, let's see, I'm gonna drive straight forward. I go up, sit there for a couple of bits, and then speed up like a little bit, and there's only like 1 other hitch. So there's 3 gears. The first gear is very slow and too weak. The 2nd gear almost doesn't exist. And the 3rd gear gets you just about as fast as one of the larger trucks, which I also feel like should be changed. I want this car to go faster, like 130 maybe. 150 would be nice, but it feels a little excessive. Anyway, I'm just complaining, but I want my car to work nice. Anyway, back to this. This is gonna make rotors. Why is rotors always at the bottom? Jeez. It's gonna make rotors with the 20 rods from here and the 100 screws from here, and then that's just gonna go out right there, I guess. So this is gonna be a slightly weirdly shaped section. Like, it has to go all the way out here though. Oh wait, hold on. I could actually shrink it, couldn't I? Because if I turn this way and have it go in, then it's shorter, and that can, yeah, hold on. And it's not really hitting that, so that's good. Whatever, it works. We gain 1 extra foundation of space. How helpful. But it's a little tighter now, which is what I wanted. I could probably make it more. Entirely unnecessary, but I could probably shorten that by another foundation if I move all these over. Just give me a minute. This lined up right here very perfectly, so that was nice. And then the other 2 just kind of worked with it, and I could shorten this because this wasn't gonna hit it anymore. So very cool, very nice. We have the excess copper coming out of there.
What?
And then this is gonna be the rotors, which are just gonna go straight down to a storage. So next is the reinforced plates and the modular frames. I think the plates I'm gonna do all in one area. I need a lot more of those than I did the rotors. And also the reinforced plates aren't like a one and done thing like the rotors are. I actually need the plates to be the plates and go make something else at the same time. That's probably gonna be here too. And this is gonna wanna be here, then one here for this guy to come across. This goes in here. Wanna do the curve again. Pretty cool. Technically it could have just come straight across, but whatever. And then this one that goes underneath is probably gonna have to split in here too, because I don't know quite how many plates. I think all of them except like a few. Well, no, I should probably just figure out the actual number. Hold on. Modular frames. Yes, 10 per minute, which means 15 reinforced iron plates per minute. And to make 15 reinforced iron plates per minute, we need 90 regular iron plates and a bunch of screws, like 180 screws per minute, which is 45 rods per minute. But then we're also gonna need extra plates, so we can just say like 120 iron plates per minute and 240 screws per minute, which is 60 rods per minute. That's 180, that's 45. So we have 135 left. So taking 60 is fine. Okay, really we just need 20 per minute of this, which is 4 assemblers and then a bunch of stuff. We just need to make the screws first, and then it goes all pretty much straight into assemblers. Same as this, really, to be completely honest with you. For 60 screws per minute. Wait, 240. We need 6 constructors. What I want to do, I want to have this go down the line and then have like the assembler back there, and then I can put the constructors right here, I guess? Just like so. And then in this space, we split off the amount of rods we need from the 135. There we go. And that's it. That's all. 135 splits into 45 three-ways. This one splits into 15 three-ways. So 15 plus 45. This is going to be 60. Then the rest of it all just goes this way. So we have 75? Curve is kind of nice for this, to be honest. I might try to like build it up a little with like beams or something, but like I like the gradual slope. You never used to be able to do that. Anyway, screws. Of course this doesn't work though. Why would it? We've seen what this game is capable of. I don't know why this is such a problem. This is fine. Maybe a little unnecessary, but fine. This is also fine. Oh no! Oh my goodness. That's gonna come along here. This is gonna go that way. And then we have to have our assemblers, of which we need 4. How many assemblers can I... 0. I do not have any rotors. Let me just go make a bunch of rotors, I guess. I had all those extra screws from when I made that awesome shelf, but I can only make 4. I am out of screws. I need 4 for this, for sure. And then for the modular frames, I need another... I think it was 5. So I need 36 rotors total. Nature is beautiful, but production is beautifuler. Let's see. First one can go here, maybe. What would be cool is if I could send them back like right under here, right there. But I need to move things for that to happen because we need the mergers on this line. Means this needs to be at least here, but really probably here, which means we do still have space, but like not much space. This might be fine though. Okay. So now this should be evenly split between all 4 of them. Oh wait, no, I need that space. Ooh, uh-oh. That's fine, that's better. Now we have the mergers, goes up, then it just goes all the way across. Then we just put another one of these right here. And then I can put in like some of these supports so it doesn't look so terrible. I should probably do that in all the other places too. This looks good. This is good. And it should all be functional. Well, as soon as I make this the right things. And there's only a little bit of unused space, like right here, in this little bit, which I could probably like trim down, but I don't really care that much. Make it like form-fitting specifically. Anyway, next, we need to work with, oh shoot. Oh no. I just realized we have 75 on this belt, which I think I need to not do because that is such an awful number to work with in this game. Because 75 is only, you can really only work with that in 5s, right? This is going to go in its own thing because then we have 45 and we have 30, which is much easier to deal with. So, crisis averted. Now actually, let's look at this because I forgot to look at that. We need to figure this out. I completely forgot how many this is. And it's also not making iron plates. Okay, assuming that these numbers are correct, we're making 20 times... This is 13, and that's 13, so 26. 13 times 20 is 260, except somehow I feel like that's wrong. I am so confused. Okay, 960, which is correct. Mind you, it's been a couple of days since I made all these numbers the first time, so I've just like completely forgotten most of it. 960, 480 in both of these, so these are both full belts. This one splits into 180 and then 180 out, which makes sense. So then 480 minus 180 is 300, and then there's 480 there also, and then they balance to 150 plus 240, which is 390. So each of these is 390. So they do need 13 machines, and then each machine outputs 20, and we have 2 sets of that, so 520. Okay, so I had the wrong numbers this whole time. We have more plates than I thought we did. Each of these belts is going to be 260 iron plates per minute, which kind of sucks a little bit. Like, that's not great numbers. This section needs, I want to say it was 90. Wait, what the frick? Oh, this isn't rotors. Oh, idiot. Okay, hold on. I put the wrong recipe in these. That could have been disastrous. 30, so 120, which means one belt will suffice. This is 260, and we need to get 120 off of this belt. How can I do that? What I might have to do is get an overflow splitter. If I split it in two, it's 130, which is pretty close to the 120 that we need. And then if I feed that into a smart splitter with an overflow... Wait! No, I know exactly how to do this. What the hell? If I put a splitter here, I just completely forgot we have different belt speed options, man. If it's 260 in, and I give this 120 speed right there, then the rest of it is just the rest of it. Like, it's, what, like 140 or something? So as long as this is faster than 120, then the rest of the thing, it could just go, man. Yeah, because if this is only 120 per minute, then there's no possible way that it's the wrong speed. You know what I mean? Perfect. So now we have, that's the rotors, so that's going to finality. We have regular plates, reinforced plates, 30 rods per minute and 45 rods per minute. And then also the rest of the plates right here. How many plates is this? This is 140, it was? 140, makes sense? Which is also kind of a terrible number to work with. Let's see, what do we need? We needed 5 of the assemblers, and we probably need some other stuff, do we? Let's see. We need the rods, and we need the reinforced iron plates. 60 rods and 15 reinforced iron plates. This is 20. So I guess the rest of the plates are just excess, which means we have a lot of extra plates. Then I thought it would be less extra plates. Do we still need iron for anything else? Hold on. Cable and wire are both pure copper. Concrete is just concrete, limestone. I don't suppose we need any extra screws. We don't tend to use them. I mean, we do. I don't know. Like, I use a lot of plates, but not that many plates, you know? Let me just see what we're gonna do real quick first. Right here is where we're gonna have our modular frames, which only need the reinforced plates and the rods. One or both of those. And then we need 5 assemblers, which I guess can just go in a line from like here. I might actually change this because we need 60 rods per minute over there. Right now we have 45 and 30, but if I combine this one with that instead, then we have 15, just kind of rogue, which is like exactly what we need. Because then 60 goes straight across to there. Whoa. What is that? Okay, so now this is going to be 60, which is exactly what we need for that one. That's easy enough. And then the rest of them can just go out to the back with our storage, which might actually just be like right here on this side. I guess this is good. I don't know what I was talking about, but I kind of got distracted. But I do need to split this one again. I need to remember that. The annoying thing, it needs to be... Oh, well, I guess... Hold on. Okay, this might not actually be that bad. This should be 20, so 10, 10, 5, 15. And that's how many we need. And then it manifolds down because, of course, it does. And then the rest of them, the other 5, just come out right here. Very cool. I feel like I want to make more of the reinforced plates. But to do that, I need to switch something up. Because, like, in this one, say, I have 260 coming out. And then going in here, it uses 120, which means I have 140 coming back out, and none of that is getting used. Plus, there's another 260 right there. So I have a total of 400 plates per minute, not really doing anything. Okay, definitely, I want this to change. This does not need to be making plates. However, I would need like a whole nother layer of these, or like a whole nother area of them for it to be making something else. Because for the plates, it takes 30 per minute, but for the rods, it only takes 15. And I do not want to start using all of my power shards just in this little section. That is not happening. Oh, yeah, it's screws for the reinforced plates. Hold on. Well, that's still only taking 12 and a half, right? So that's even worse. I could change it to be 10, but again, that's even slower. So there's no point in doing that. Maybe I just have to tear all this down and start over. With all of this, I can make 32 and a half reinforced iron plates per minute, which is a little off. Or I can make 25, and the other 90 can go to more rotors. Because I want this whole belt to be cleared by the time we're done. It only wants to be the rotors and the reinforced plates. So I need to be able to split it exactly. Please tell me I have what I need to make a smart splitter. No. Dang it. I can't even get it either. I have to go somewhere. I have not even begun to automate Caterium, which, you know, depending on how close Caterium is, I might have to do that here, actually. The closest Caterium is all the way out here. The next closest is all the way over there. Might just have to bring some of that in. But I can make that work. Actually, I think this whole section you can drive across. So I can just put like a little thing in there and just drive it across here and then up the leg. That is going to be funny. But I can automate Caterium here. First, though, I have to just go get the Caterium because I need it now. AI limiters is definitely something I don't really have to carry in my inventory because I use it so infrequently. That one should definitely have one of those quantum storage things. But I'm going to start mining up some of this Caterium with my mind, apparently. Okay, so these are the rods, these are the plates, these are the screws for the rotors, and these are the screws for the reinforced plates. And then those are just gonna like cross the way here. I'll put another little section. I'm out of steel. That's the thing I'm out of, really? Steel. I think we only need assemblers though. Like we need 5 assemblers for the reinforced plates, but we have the screws here and the plates over there. And then how many? I think we just need 2. No, I think we just need 2 for the rotors because we're gonna have, yeah, like 40 of the rods, and then that one's gonna be 90. So that's the ones for the plates. I have run into a problem. These are colliding. That being the case, this one, I guess, moves to the other side. This one is for the reinforced plates, which kind of sucks, but we can do that. And that one just finds a way over, I suppose, because it needs to go down this side. And these are the plates, right? So that goes over here, also for the reinforced plates. That being the case, maybe this one moves over a bit, and the reinforced plates come in right here. Rods go here, and then the screws for that go over there. This can just go up like that, right? All the way across the top, like so. Now the weird part about this one is it actually has to cross to the other side. Now that I have moved one of the machines over there, you know what might be pretty cool? I can do something little like this. Because this is still clipping in with that one, which kind of sucks. Unless I get rid of this guy. But if I have this go here, is that gonna work? And then do the same thing with this one. They can just go over the top. I think this is all functional now. Technically, it's a little weird. And that's turning the other 390 ingots into more useful things, which is very cool. So now we needed to get out. If I do that, move this over by one, then this whole section is now open, so I can have them come out up here. What was I talking about? I just completely forgot. I did just finish this bit, and I got everything belted out of there. This goes down here, this one goes across, and I go in here apparently. I go down there, this one goes around. It actually meets up very nicely right here. The join, very smooth. It's very cool. I guess this could combine with that, maybe. This could just like move over to give it space to do that. There you go, that's fine. And then let's get this one in, because I haven't done that yet. Okay, so let's see. This is the remaining plates, right? So let's get this one out here. So we have the plates. I think this is the rods. This here's the reinforced plates. This is rotors, which we have combining with that there. This here is also the rods, but it goes in there and gets used. So that's why it does that. Yes, that's the remaining rods. That's all the rods, I think. And then it just goes in here and splits out. Same thing with the plates. They split out right here. They go in there, and this is combining with the plates from over there. So this here is the rotors, and then this here is the cubes. So plates, rods, reinforced plates, rotors, cubes. And that's everything that we needed out of this factory, which is awesome. So now I need another one of these. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things that need a storage. We can do 1 industrial storage container each. And then each of them is gonna have a dimensional storage, which I can't do right now, but I will later. But then they are also gonna have splitters, smart splitters that go off to Destructo Boys. I need to figure out how many Destructo Boys I need. Just gotta count all of the things. So let's see, the plates, after all, I believe, are 140 per minute, right? Because it was 260 out of there. Then it gets split, 120 goes that way, and the rest goes this way, which is 140. The rods, 180, 135. This would be 75, but that is taking 60, it looks like. So this is just 15. So 140 plus 15 plus this is gonna be like 12. So roughly 170. And then this is, I wanna say it was like, wait, this is the rotors. This is the 12, my bad. So 170, and then this is 25 plus 5, so 30, so like 200, and then that's gonna be like 10. So yeah, we absolutely can just use 1 Destructo Boy, which is awesome. Can I construct a Destructo Boy? Yes, I can. Okay, so I think that's the iron floor all done. By the way, this is going to be a multi-level factory because we have the iron stuff, but then we also have copper and limestone and caterium now, actually, because I just decided earlier today that I'm gonna do that now also. So the main concern right now is, how am I doing this? Do I leave it how it is with these like metal walls? What should I do here? But you're not gonna get the answer to that question until next time, because believe it or not, this video is already too long, and there is a good 6.5 more hours of footage. So I'm just gonna cut that and leave it till next time. Do hope everybody's okay with that. It's of course also been 3 months since I uploaded a video, probably 2.5 months since I recorded this one. But unfortunately, you're just gonna have to wait a little bit longer until I finish this factory in the next video. Do hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, ring the notification bell so you know when I finish this in a month. And I'll catch you later, I guess. Goodbye.